Hi,
Hey, hey,
how you doing?
I'm just great, just great. Just made it back to the office.
Oh, okay.
All right, so just a second here. Well, how's your day coming along today?
Oh my God, I'm trying to clean up my mess.
You trying to clean up your mess?
Yeah,
Oh, you were working on something?
yeah. I just finished something, and the whole place is a mess.
Let me see. Let me see.
Oh God, I'm in my dining room area. You want to see my
Oh,
working
oh
area?
no, no. I thought you were talking about a design in Coreldraw. I thought you were
Oh, the cor I was trying to do it, and I just find myself lost. I
okay.
was like, oh my God, I think I need to do the one-to-one.
I
I tried to do it. I've tried a couple of times. The Coreldraw is new to me, so it's like a baby step.
I get it. I get it.
I did a design yesterday. I watched series of video. Let me quickly see if I can find that. So, okay. I don't know if you can. Can you see this?
Yes.
Now without the stone.
Oh, I can see it on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I work on. But you see where that happy birthday is? I want to change it to mom, but the mom have to be in rhinestone.
Right. Right.
So this is from my Coreldraw. I was just messing around with it.
Okay, okay. We can change that today if you want to start on that, if you want to work on that.
Yeah, I want to work on you said the picture is like the advanced level. I want to start from the beginning. I want to work on the words, how
Okay,
to combine the vinyl and the rhinestone in words. That's what I want to work on.
okay, okay. I got you. So I'm gonna jump into CorelDRAW here. Let me see, let me share my screen. All right, I'm gonna open up a new document here. Or you can always go up to your file and just do new, and then that'll open up a new window as well.
And another thing I want to ask, most of the Coreldraw, I know you said you are not affiliated with them. Most of their bar is not showing on
Most of
my Coreldraw.
most of their what?
Most of their bar, like when you're working on something,
Yeah.
most of it is not showing on my side. I don't know if I have to restart it or re-download.
Oh, as far as when you hover over something and it tells you what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so um, perfect example. When you open up CorelDRAW, and then when you open up the design wizard,
Mm-hmm.
you are clicked on the design wizard. Then, if you try to hover over anything in Corel, you won't see it. You won't see the help. You
Oh,
have
okay.
you have to. You see how CorelDRAW is grayed out over here?
Mm-hmm.
When you click back from the design wizard to Corel, now it turns green. And now when you hover over something, it pops up.
Mm-hmm. There was something I was working on yesterday. Let
Okay.
me go on my Coreldraw. How do I do this? How do I go to my page? This is just. I don't even know how to minimize. Oh, I hate this computer. Why this thing is not working on Mac? I can't even minimize. I don't know how to use this system. Oh Lord. I can't go on my Coreldraw because I can't minimize this.
Let me see here. Hold on. Try it now.
Okay. Everything is new. It's like I'm learning from a baby step.
Yes, I can understand. So I'm gonna walk you through the key tools that you'll use when you very, very first get started, the key tool.
So I'm on the shades and I want to use the extrude. So when I come in here, I use the extrude.
Yeah, share your screen with me.
How do I share this now? Where's the share button? Okay, listen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to request remote control.
Okay. So, did you request it now?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna open it up bigger here.
Okay. You want me to open it or you open it?
Should have worked. Oh, there we go. Okay. Then we're gonna open up Coreldraw, TRW. All right. I like to have it off over here on the side so I can see most of my workspace.
So when I click on their logo, it should open up. I wasn't doing it that way.
Okay. So this right here, this was it looks like a picture that you drug into Coreldraw.
It was a name, and I do like what I call it. Hold on. You know, I just had more layers to it.
Okay, where did you originally create it at?
It's just a name. I type it out and I pick a font.
Yeah.
And I use, hold on, let me see what I use.
Okay, I see it. I see it now.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, you put a highlight on it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We
So
can take that out. I want to do that name. Like
yeah.
where the highlight is, I want to make maybe the highlight should be rhinestone. Then the back one, the inside one can be like a vinyl. That I don't know how to separate it.
Gotcha. All right. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to take this outline off.
We can delete it and do it all over. It doesn't matter.
See? I'm trying to see where is the outline that you put on it. That gray.
Let me delete it. I'll type it out and show you what I did.
Okay.
Where's it? Okay. I came in here and I come here and I came back here. Then I change the font. Where is it? Okay. There's the font I use. Then I came in here and I put contour.
Okay. Okay.
I use one contour out. That's how I did it.
Okay. All right. I see. Okay, so the way that we would do it, I'm just going to go back a few steps.
Okay.
I took the contour off. The way we would do it is in our design wizard. We'll make the contour so that it will separate the text from the outline. That way it'll be two separate pieces. So first what we'll do after we type the text. So we have our text here. If we go to our wireframe, as you can see, the text is overlapping each other. In order to get the script to look the way that it did, it's overlapping each other. So when you're using script fonts or any font that's cursive like this, you want to weld it first. So when we weld it, Now it's not overlapping. It's one solid object from the E, Z, R, and the A. Before we welded it, as you can see, the E and the Z overlap, the Z and the R overlapped, and the R and the A overlap. But after we weld it, it's no longer overlapped. And you want that because if you're cutting that in vinyl, it'll be one smooth cut. When we layer in our rhinestones, it'll layer in smooth throughout the entire text. Okay. Next, what we want to do is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 tabs inside of the Design Wizard 5.0. I only use the Edit tab, Templates, Place and Fill, the Mockup tab, and then Export. All right. The Edit tab is exactly what it entails. It gives you editing tools as far as we're going to do this again. EZRA. And I believe you use the font.
The script, yeah, right there. The script NT, the first one, this one.
Yep. Boom. All right. So in your Edit tab, you're able to edit using tools here. So we have the text spacing. If you click on this, it changes here, and now you can change the spacing and you can space it out like so. Or the next spacing is you can decrease character spacing. So if you hit this, now the more and more you hit it, it gets tighter.
Space. Yeah.
All right, and then of course you can go to the one to the right, which increases character spacing. And then the next one is decrease line spacing. So if you had multiple text, like you started there, and then you said we're gonna just do it like that. So if you click on the text line spacing, it'll decrease it, and then it'll make it closer together if you're trying to do it like that. And then the other one just does the opposite, increase the line spacing. I like to use nudge a lot. So I have my nudge. I typically have it set anywhere from 10 to 15. And you will play around with your nudge and see what's comfortable for you. But nudge allows you to, let's see here. I'm going to smart fill this just to show you the power of nudge feature. I'm just going to group all it. I'm just going to weld all that together. Because now, when you have nudge, you can nudge items to the side like so. So now, if you wanted to make some changes over here, I'm just going to make this change like so. Right? And when we nudge it back, it'll nudge back into place where it goes. So everything else matches, and then the P that I just changed, you can see how I changed it, but everything else is the same. So when you're making your edits and you need to move something, it's easier to just click on it and nudge it over to the side, work on what you need to work on, and then nudge it back. What I used to do was I would move it like this, freehand, and then I would have to try to freehand it back, which is a little more difficult, even though it does lock into place. It's just easier to nudge it for me, you know? I'm gonna get rid of that. I just wanted to show you the nudge feature with that. And we'll get rid of that. I just wanted to show you the text spacing feature with that. So the next, and down here, the selection and the copy selected, that's just as simple as we got Ezra here. If we hit copy selected to the right, it's going to make a copy right to the side of it. It just copied it right to the right of it. And then, of course, the other ones let you copy to the left, down, up. And this one looks like it's just a straight copy. So to copy it right there on top of the other one. The fill between tool, we'll get to that. I've never really used the split or the knockout because I do it another way. I do it, and I believe those same features are what I'm about to show you now.
Okay.
So I'll click on Ezra. We want to make sure it's welded, so I'll just go ahead and weld it again. Now we'll go to our place and fill tab. We'll spend a lot of work in our place and fill tab because this is where we create our contours and our outlines. So to create our contours and our outlines, we'll use either inside of the area, outside of the area. So if we click on inside, we'll start with inside. We're going to go one island to the inside. And we're going to make it 0.075. I'm only using 0.075 because that's the size for the stones. So I want to show you something. When we click it here and we hit island fill, it gives us that one. I'm going to change it to yellow so we can see it. And I'm going to right click to clear the outline that's on it. So as you can see, that's one island to the inside of contour space 0.075. I'm going to delete it. We're going to make our contour spacing smaller. So let's go 0.04, which is about half of 0.075. We're going to do an island fill. Now, as you can see, when we change the yellow, that's to the inside of that black though. So that's the look we'll get if we went inside one island 0.04. I'm going to delete it because now we're going to go to the outside and leave everything the same because I never really changed the fill line spacing or the spacing. Those are the spacing that designates like how close you want the lines together versus how close you want the stones together. So if we click it and we go to the outside now, let's change it to yellow. We're going to right click to get rid of that outline. Now we have our contour to the outside. And actually, if we move our Ezra, you can see there's another island back there, a yellow island that's underneath. So to separate those two to where we're going to place the stones inside of the black part and the yellow part is going to be vinyl. So what we want to do is we want to click on the black. We want to hold shift and then click on the yellow. That selects them both. So we have our black we selected first. We held shift and we selected the yellow. And we're going to take the black and cookie cut it or trim through. So we come up here to our trim tool. So right here on this bar right here.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Let me go back. Because I want you to understand it to where when you click it, you understand what it is you're seeing. So right now, nothing is selected.
No.
Right here on this bar, we can see our wireframe. We can see our regular enhanced view.
You know, that I was clicking the wireframe yesterday, but I don't know how to go back to the regular view. I have to delete it and do it all over again. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're right here side by side. When you jump in the wireframe, you can jump right back out by clicking the one next to it.
Okay.
They're also located in the design wizard down here on this bar. This bar down here does not change. No matter what tab you're on, you can be on the export tab and you'll still see that bar down at the bottom. You can be on the edit tab and that bar will still be there. So down here on this bar, you can quickly jump from wireframe to enhanced view right there. All right, so they got it in a few places. Because we can even go up to view and then, you know, do our wireframe or enhanced view, normal view, or pixels. All right, so when nothing is selected, this bar right here pretty much gives you a basic set of tools. Your wireframe, you can choose your B-spline tool, you can choose a few different tools here, but that's it. Once you select something, that bar will change. So once we select our black, it changes. It only gives us the option now to either break it apart or weld it. We can also create a boundary. Or here's a contour tool in there, but I don't use that contour tool. I use the contour tool inside the design wizard. So that's only selecting the black. Once we hold shift and select the yellow, it's going to change again and give you more options.
How did you zoom in to hold the shift? Once you hold the shift, you zoom in?
Okay. I zoom in so that I can get to the yellow. And I zoom in by just clicking on the black, and then I scroll my mouse wheel up to zoom in. So once I click on the black, I'm zooming in now so that I can get to the yellow. I'm gonna hold shift and select the yellow. Now watch the bar. If the bar changed, it gives us a few more options. So now we can weld those two together. If we weld them together, they're just going to weld together. We don't want to weld them together. The next option is simplify. Trim overlapping areas among objects. For some reason, I don't like using the simplify. Like, you have to play around with the simplify to see if you like using that tool, but I like using the one right next to it, which is the trim. The trim is cut out a portion of an object by using the shape of another object. So we're going to use this black here to cookie cut or cut out through the yellow. So let's hit trim. I'm going to deselect everything. And now I'm going to click on the black and I'm going to just nudge it over to the right. Let me take my nudge off of 10. Let me put it on 5. Now nudge it over. There we go. So now, as you can see, we're going to change this red so we can see it. Now you can see we've cookie cut an area so we can place the stones inside of Ezra. I'm going to click on that part and I'm going to nudge it back so that it's together. Now I want to size it up for her shirt. So when I highlight everything, it brings up the size dimensions up in the top left, which is 3.23 inches by 1.275. Unless it's going on a baby shirt, we need it to be bigger. So we're going to grab it by the edge here, by the corner, and we're going to size it up. When you grab it by the corner, it sizes up proportionally so that everything moves at once. And let's say we're putting it on a lady's medium. Let's go about 7.5. I like to, though, no matter what shirt is going on, because lady shirts are kind of tricky. You know, you have some lady shirts where they have the deep V-neck, which means that this area right here is a little smaller. Some have the scoop neck, some have the wide neck. So what I like to do is I like to grab a ruler, decide how big I want it on the shirt, and then let the ruler tell me how big I want it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right now I'm guesstimating 7.5, but I always grab a ruler, I grab the garment, and then I size it up, you know, so that I can see, okay, that's going to work. You don't want it to be too big to where it's under the underarms. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we going with 7.5. I always like to, after I do anything, I like to click on the white area, you know, and sort of like convey my thoughts on what I want to do next. So we want rhinestones inside of this area here. Okay. So you want to think of it like this. When I first got started, I didn't think of it like this, and it made me do more work in the end. So think of it like this. Right now, without rhinestones, we can do 2-color vinyl. We can do black vinyl and red vinyl. We can cut out red vinyl first and then layer our black on top, and we'll get this effect, right?
Yeah.
We can also use any type of vinyl, so it doesn't have to be just regular vinyl. We can jump into our design wizard and select the vinyl here, and then we get more options for all of the vinyl that there is. So if you want to show your customer, oh yeah, I think it'll look good with pink glitter in the inside, you just click on the black and change it to pink glitter, and then change the red to black. And then you can show them that, okay, that's what it will look like on your shirt, on a white shirt. So I wanted to show you those options because a lot of people
Thank you. No, you blow my mind away. Oh my God.
yeah, a lot
I'm
of
looking
people,
at it like, what? Wait, what?
yeah, a lot of people don't even know that this option is
I
here on the
don't.
side. You could even change it to Caesar
Let me look at
metal,
it.
and then you get the metal colors. So you get all of the colors. Like here, there's all the easy weed colors. You even get this easy patterns
Oh my God.
where if your customer wanted zebra print in the inside, you can do zebra print. So
Wow.
so a lot of people think that the design wizard has to be totally rhinestones, and it's not. There's a lot of tools in here that helps you along the way, even if you just wanted to run your printer and do some print stuff, or run your vinyl cutter and just do some cut stuff, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna change this back to pink so that it's solid. And now let's move on to the rhinestones.
Thank you.
So keep in mind though that I never once we use this part to create our rhinestones, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
take the pink and I'm gonna nudge it out to the side. Cause maybe you sell this shirt to your customer and then they're like, oh, I like it so much, I want one with glitter. All you gotta do is nudge that back in the inside and then cut out her glitter piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to go all the way back and redo it.
And
What I used
redo
to
it.
do was I used to delete this. Once I layered my stones, my mind was like, okay, if stones are going to be there, I don't need the vinyl, and I would delete that piece. Don't delete it. Nudge it off to the side, put it off somewhere else, because they may come back and be like, oh, I need 3 shirts. I need 1 blue, 1 yellow. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to our place and fill tab. This is where we do the rhinestones at. And it's just like what we just did with the contour outline, except we're going to change it to the inside now. We're going to add stones. We're going to click on add stones. You can play around with Magic Path on or off. I can't see a difference when I click it, whether when I click it on or off. So to each its own. And we're going to change our contour spacing back to the general size for rhinestones, which is 0.075. That's for size SS10 stones that are going to be spaced 0.02, and that's going to have a fill line of 0.14. Now, that's for SS10 rhinestones. It works for SS6s as well, but the spacing will be a little, the spacing will be spaced for SS10s, which makes it work for SS6s. But once you get into SS20s, then you got to play around with the spacing, if that makes sense. Because the SS20 stones are bigger.
It's bigger, yeah.
Yeah, which means the spacing may not work adequately. But I only use SS10s and SS6s.
Okay.
For now. All right. I'm going to click onto the pink. Well, what I like to do first is I like to choose my color for my stone. We're going with the TRW blue. I'm gonna click on the pink, and then I'm gonna ask myself, do I want to island fill it or hatch fill it? I like to do both, so I can see which one looks better. So I'm only going to copy this so that we can see them both side by side when we do them. Boom. I'm gonna click on one. I'm gonna island fill that one. Of course, we want to clear the paths and merge overlapping stones. That's the first one. Then we're gonna click on this one, and I'm gonna hatch fill this one. And of course, I'm gonna clear the path and merge overlapping stones. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to change both of the pinks to white so we can see those blue stones. All right. So not bad. Definitely, you got a better feel because it's cursive with the island feel. You know, it follows the curves around the text. With the hatch feel though, it goes left to right, and gives it sort of a fuller feel in some areas. But as you can see, using this particular type of text, there's more cleanup to do with the hatch feel one versus with this one. Are you getting me?
Yes.
All right. So
I was using both together. I was clicking on hatch fill and island fill together. I was like, I don't even know which one was it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you want to use one or the other.
Or the other.
Except for, I'm gonna make one more copy. So right now our workspace is 11 by 11. I clicked on the white area. I'm going to change my workspace to, let's go 50 by 50. I'm gonna zoom back out so we can see the work area. Now it's bigger. I'm gonna move this up here. And I'm just going to click on the white. I'm going to drag it out. I'm going to right click to make a copy. And let's change that to pink. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to make another contour, but we're going to make this contour bigger so that we can get stones in it. All right, we're going to click here. We're still inside our place and fill tab. We're going to go outside this time. We don't want no stones. And let's try to make that contour spacing like maybe a 0.15. And then let's go island fill. We're going to change it to black. We're going to right click on this X to get rid of the outline. Okay. Now remember, as before, we got to take our pink now and we got to chop it through the black. So we'll click on our pink. We'll hold shift, click on our black, and we'll use our trim tool to trim through. Boom. So now we have, I'm going to nudge it off. Go to the edit tab and I'm going to nudge it over. Let me nudge it over one more time. All right. Boom. So now we have our thicker outline. I'm going to zoom in on this outline. I'm going to click on it and let's see. Let's go back to our place and fill tab. So now we want to set it back up for rhinestones. Just 1 minute ago, we set it up and we changed it for vinyl. Now we want to change it back for rhinestones. So we're going to go inside, add stones, and we want to change this back to 0.075. I'm going to hit island fill. we can't see it because the stones are black. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my clear the path and merge overlapping stones. Let me just change the stone to yellow so we can see. Not bad. It tried to get stones in there. It definitely did. But the line wasn't thick enough. So instead of 0.15, let's try a 0.2. So I'm just going to highlight those yellow stones. I'm gonna just delete the Ezra because we have it over here already. We're gonna change it back to 0.2 this time. We're gonna go outside, no stones, and let's island fill it. All right, and then that's a little thicker. What I do now, because I've been doing it so long and I've done it so many times, is I jump right in and I click on the pink, I hold shift, I click on this little area right here, and I can trim it right now automatically because I already know that I'm gonna color it and make it black anyway. You know, I just jump right into that step since it was right there and I can do it right there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right after, you'll find your workarounds. You'll find like modes that work faster for you if you do it this way because you're more comfortable doing it that way. So we already have.
The more I practice, the more I get it.
Yeah, for sure. So now we have we already I took a shortcut on that one step, so now we're already there. All right. Now I'm gonna click. Now you're gonna find yourself doing this a lot when you're first starting out and when you're playing with names. You're gonna be playing with your contour outlines to see how thick you want it, how thin you want it. You know what I mean? You're going to you're not going to choose this script text all the time. Sometimes
No. I'm going to use a solid text for the mom, auntie, grandma. It's going to be a solid text. It's not going to be a script text.
Yeah. So when you come to those type of texts, those texts are so much easier because let's see here. Perfect example.
Where did you get the text from?
Excuse me?
Where did you get it from, the font?
Oh, okay. So let me close this back. So up here at this little in the TRW wizard,
okay,
there's these two arrows right here.
So
that is your text, and it's almost like a text wizard.
I was looking for that. I said, where is their font? I was looking. I couldn't find it. I was like, they don't have no font.
Yeah, you went to the font up here inside of Coreldraw. Inside of the wizard, it's called a wizard for a reason. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, it makes.
They have to be a wizard to know everything. Oh my God. I looked for this font yesterday. I did not see a word that said font. I was looking.
Check this out. So here in the wizard, up here you have your shortcuts. So if you hover over it, the first one is edit text dialog. I never really use that one because we're already editing the text when we type it. So you change it to uppercase, which is already uppercase. Right here, you can change it to lowercase just by clicking that. You can change it to title case, where, of course, you got your capital E. I love this right here. You can change it to two-color magic text. Well, we'll get there, and that's down the line. That's down the line where we'll play around with the magic text. I don't think we'll be able to cover all of that today.
No.
But you can go vertical. That's handy. You got to remember, when you go vertical, let's go to uppercase. And then remember, we can go back to our edit tab now, and we can even play with the text spacing. So if we click on text spacing here, now we can determine how close we want the letters to be, or how far apart we want them to be. Just by dragging that text spacing.
So you're holding the shift when you're dragging, or you just click on it and drag, hold and drag?
I'm just clicking on it and dragging.
Okay.
The shift tool is only used for when you want to select multiple objects. So the shift tool, you want to remember, shift is when I'm selecting multiple objects. So we can select this right here. We can hold shift and also select this here. Now, mind you, we only selected the pink.
Mm.
So when we drag them out, the black is still there because we only selected the vertical, and then I zoomed in, I held shift, and I selected just the pink. And as you can see, if you hover the mouse over the pink, it's only over the pink. As you see, the crosshairs over the pink. Once we hover it over the black, we get our pointer arrow, which lets us know that the black is not selected, but the pink is, and this black over here is selected as well. That's why there's a box. That's why you have these this box showing the 9 nodes around the entire selection. But if you zoom in, we know the black is not selected because we didn't select it. We can now, though, if we want to add the black, hold shift again, and now click on the black, and now we have all 3 of them. So the shift tool is used to select multiple objects. So just imagine we have the black horizontal Ezra, we have the black and pink Ezra. If I zoom in over here and I hold shift and just select one little blue dot, boom. As you can see, now there's 9 boxes around this Ezra, and only that dot. So if I move it, boom. Only, do you see that one little lonely dot up there?
Mm-hmm.
That was the one that we selected by holding shift. All right. I'm gonna drill this shift part in because I want you to get it, right? So if I hover over this Ezra and I hold shift, I can now draw another box around this one. I let it go. Now this Ezra and this Ezra, as well as all of the dots in the inside, they're all selected. So now I can move. All right. When you're using your select tool, you can simply go in there and just grab just this part, but it's only going to select those dots in the inside. It's not going to select the entire Ezra because we did not draw that box around the whole thing. We only drew it around those dots, and those dots are inside of that object. We didn't hover over the whole object, so we only got the dots that we hovered over. Make sense?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this one.
Well, don't delete it. Work on that. Work on that one.
All right. Oh, we'll use this one. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to get fancy. Not fancy in the sense of complicated, but fancy in the sense of I like this, but let's, in our mind, say we want a double outline to make it even more fancy, right? So let's go to our place and fill tab. We like that too. We know for a fact that when we go 0.2, stones will fit in the 0.2. Well, we don't know. We were about to get there, but then I wanted to show you the other tools. So let's just leave it at 0.2, and let's do an outline fill of 0.2 to the outside. Let's change it to pink so we can see it. Right click right here to get rid of that blue outline. You see that blue outline? I don't like that. Right click to get rid of it. So in our mind, we know we have that area of pink under this black, right?
Yeah.
We're going to click on the pink now, and we're going to, let's just do a 0.15. So we're going to make another outline, but not as thick as the pink. And let's go island fill, boom. Let's change that to like blue. And I'm going to get rid of this outline. So now we know in our mind, we have the black sitting on top of the pink and the pink is sitting on top of the blue.
Yes.
All right. So we want to remember that. And we can visually see it. Plus we know it because we did it. So the way we want to do it here is we want to click on our pink, hold shift, click on our blue, and we're going to trim the pink through the blue. Right? I deselected everything because now I'm going to repeat that step and trim the black, hold shift,
and the pink.
Trim it through the pink. So now we just cookie cut it twice. So now when we pull, I'm going to click on my pink and I'm going to just go to the edit tab and nudge it over to the side. So now we have this. Once again, that's 3-color vinyl. You know,
I know.
That's 3-color vinyl right there. But we can easily go to our place and fill tab. Let's set it back up for rhinestones. So you're going to be flipping back and forth, setting up this place and fill tab. Let's go inside, add stones, 0.075. And once you get into a habit of it, you're going to be flipping back and forth like, okay, 0.075. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to change my stone to yellow. I'm going to click on my black. And let's do a hatch fill. Boom. Remember, clear the paths, merge overlapping stones. Now, that looks gorgeous. Even without that.
Oh, my goodness.
Even without that pink. You know,
yes.
The pink,
without the pink is good.
Yeah. And just imagine, the pink area is going to be the color of the shirt anyway. So it's going to be 3 colors.
Yeah.
What I like to do is I like to highlight it and I like to jump into my mock-up. So remember, you're only going to use don't worry about design prep for now. Don't worry about text effects. Don't worry about magic weed. You're only going to use edit, place and fill, templates, mock-ups, and export. So we go to our mock-up now. And the mock-up is pretty straightforward. You want to choose what kind of shirt you want, whether it's a women's, boys, girls, infant, men's. Inside the TRW category, you get stuff like car decals and headbands and keychains. But we'll stick with the girls, with the women for now. And the products, y'all got burnout front and back, dry fit front and back, long sleeve front and back. I like using the scoop neck front, but it's really up to the customer. And then once you chose the style and the cut, you can just left click right here on create. Well, you can choose simulate stones. I'd like to choose simulate stones at times, but then there's times when I have stones in my project, but then I'll have other vinyl pieces in my project as well. And if you click simulate stones, it'll try to simulate every little piece into stone. So I don't click simulate stones unless it's simple like this, where I know it's just text and stones. So then I'll click it. You'll see when you have other objects in your design, it's going to try to change everything in the stones, and you're not going to like that. Like, you're going to want to go back, you're going to take it off of simulate stones, and then you're going to click it again. So now we have it. And I like to click on the shirt and then just move it into place. Boom. That looks good. So now, so now you're just talking to your customer. What color shirt you say you wanted? A black shirt, okay. And girl, send me a picture of those shoes. They're gonna send you the shoes. You're gonna be like, okay, she got pink in her shoes and she got a little white. So I'm gonna click on this yellow right here, and then I'm going to select all of the same color and size. So let me show you again. In each tab, no matter what tab you're in, this top bar right here will not change, and the bottom bar doesn't change. So regardless of what tab you're on, this will stay the same and the bottom will stay the same. And here's why. Up here at the top, it lets you choose your stone sizes. So you can choose what size stone you want to right here, or even with the drop down here. So they already have SS6, SS8s, SS10s, 16, and yada, yada. Right here in the top row as well, you have resize your rhinestone design with one click. Replace all stones selected with the size chosen. Okay, but then you're going to use these right here predominantly a lot. The first one on the left is select same size. So if I click right here and I left click on this one, it's going to select all of the stones of the same size, regardless if these stones down here are blue and these stones right here in the Z are green. I'm gonna leave it like that, okay? So if I click that one, it's gonna select all of the same size. So it's just selected all of those stones because they were all of the same size. If I click right here on the yellow one and I click on the middle one, it says left click, select same color. So if I click that one, now it only selected all of the yellow, not the yellow circles. It's selected all of the yellow color. So now if I click right here on the yellow one again, and I click on this last one, it's all of the same size and color. So now it's still only going to get the yellow ones because the yellow ones are the same size and color. If I click right here on the green and click on the last one, same size and color, it's only going to get the green SS10 rhinestone.
Okay.
Just like if I do it down here with the blue, only going to select those blue SS10 rhinestones. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna dive just a little deeper. So now I'm gonna change this color to purple. I'm gonna change this one to blue. No, we're gonna change that, and we're gonna change the R to green. And we're gonna change this last one to yellow. All right. And I did that to show you when we click on this yellow and we click on the one in the middle, which is, it's going to select all the same color. Now it's just going to select all of the yellow in the design. So it got that yellow A, which is not a rhinestone, but it also got all the yellow stones in the design because everything was yellow. Perfect example. If I click right here on the blue and select the one in the middle, which is select all the color, it's going to pull out all the blue. So these three boxes right here are helpful when you want to select all of the same size stone, all of the same color stone, all of the same size and color stones, or if you just want to select the color. All right.
Okay.
So from here, I typically I'm just going to select all those stones and change them back to one color. Boom. So now here's where I would I mean, this is where you upsell. This is where you can get the most bang for your work, because you're like, okay, so the design is done. I know you said you wanted one shirt, right? But let me show you these mock-ups because I think it looks great in black, but then I also think it looks great in red, and maybe we can do the outline in black, so you can upsell them on more than one shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and then you change that, and let's just say clear stones on this one. Boom. And let me just fix this little piece in there that's agitating me. Oh, that was the piece to the inside. Okay, no, it wasn't. All right, I'm gonna just delete that. Boom. So now we have that. What we can do in our mockup tab is we can add a little bling to it by hitting the bling, and now we could just click right here. Boom. And you want to deselect it, or okay, so if you continue to just keep pressing it, it's going to pop, that shine where you wanted it. We go around the design and just pop them in there. Or what I like to do is I like to deselect it, and then I like to grab one of them and then just space bar, because it's almost like a stamp. So you can grab it and use space bar to stamp it, space bar to stamp it, space bar to stamp it, space bar to stamp another one. So when you're sending your design over for your mock-up, it just looks better when you add a few little of those, shines in there. When they see it, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, it looks great. All right, let's move right along. So let's say we have our design, and I'm gonna put this pink back in there. I'm gonna nudge it back over just because when we're ready to cut this out, we're gonna highlight it, and we're gonna come to our template tab, and we're just one I like to use predominantly, no matter what I'm doing. I like to use this vinyl overcut stone 2+ cut. I like to use it because it just works for me. Like it's a combination of a lot of these all in one. So I like to right click on that, and it breaks everything apart for me. So now I have my 3 different colors, even though I'm not going to use this color because that's where the stones are going to go. I still want to keep it just in case they say, oh, I want it in glitter, or I want it in reflective. I have that piece. There's our outline. Well, I mean, there's our inside text, that pink, and then there's our black outline. And then there's the stones part. I'll take my stone part. I like to do it like this. That's just me. I like to grab it out of that yellow box, make a copy, and then I like to copy it. And what I cut with is Great Cut. So let me go to Great Cut. Oh, we're in your computer. Oh, I'm tripping. Okay.
I don't have no great class. I have what I call it, Cricut.
Okay, so you got Cricut. Okay, great. So to set this up in Cricut, we'll do it a different way. Let's go back to our first page. To set it up in Cricut, you basically have to take your stones and place them inside of a box. So we're going to grab all of our yellow stones here. And I'm just going to use my nudge feature. This is so handy. I nudge it right out. I'm going to grab my rectangle tool. I'm going to make a box around it, like so. I'm going to change my box black just so I can see it. And I'm going to push it to the back. so that it's in back of those stones. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your box covers the stones, like so. And now you want to grab all of the yellow stones. I like to combine them together as one. And then I'm going to hold shift, click on my black, and I'm going to trim it through it. Boom. So now I'm going to click my yellow stones and I'm going to nudge them back over. All right, so now we have our cut for Cricut. What you want to do is, I like to click on it. All right, and it's 3.729 inches. So I like to write that down here. 3.729 times, let's see what it is again, 14.702. 14.702 inches. And then I'm going to save it. We're going to save it as Ezra. E-Z-R-A. Boom. So
but,
now,
when you were saving it, save it on Coreldraw.
All right, let me see here. We're going to do file. Let's go save as.
You see, it says save as type, CDR, Coreldraw. What's the meaning of that?
Yep. And it's I got it saved in your documents right now as Ezra.
So I don't need to change it to the PNG or SVG? No.
No. I saved the Coreldraw document so that we can go back and reference it.
Okay.
All right. We're still on the part of getting into Cricut, but we needed our stones inside of this black box like this, and then we wanted to reference our size. So that's why I wrote the size down right there, and then that's why I saved it, because for one, we want to save our Coreldraw file, and for two, we want to be able to reference this number here. Sure enough, you can have a book where you just write it all down. Ezra design, text size for stones is 3.7 or whatever. But I like to just put it right in Coreldraw.
It's better this way because you might lose the book and you forget what you did it with.
Yeah. So now we want to take this black box. We want to export it. Okay. And I'm gonna call it EZRA. And what we're going to export this as an SVG. Okay. Now it's going to be saved right here as well in your documents. Boom. Now we're done. We're ready. We can open up our Cricut now. Oh,
I didn't connect my Cricut.
Okay. So hold on, let me see here.
I'm going to connect it when I want to do it.
All right. So what we're going to do from here is send me that file real quick. Send that file to me.
This one that you just did?
Yeah, you can send it through Messenger, I believe so. Okay. I'm gonna give up my remote control.
Okay. One more thing before we go. So if I want to do outside instead of the inside,
yeah,
I will do outfill.
No, I'll show you that in just a second.
Okay. I said to send it to you. Facebook. No.
I hate that sometimes you go into the wrong one.
It's a mess up. Okay. So I have to go to this edify document.
The SVG, there it is.
This one, okay. Wow. Yes.
Okay. If you can stop sharing your screen.
I should stop sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop sharing. Okay.
All right. So once you save that SVG file, you're going to go to your Cricut. We're going to upload here. Upload image, browse. You sent it to me. There it is. And my download. There it is. Boom. So then it'll open up in your Cricut like that. You can upload it, add it to Canvas, and right here is where you want to make sure that it's the exact same size as it is in Coreldraw. So 3.729 by 14,702. Let's check it here. Oh, what is it on yours? We saved it on yours.
You have to minimize your page.
Okay, okay.
I believe that's the same size.
What we say, 3.729?
Yeah, 3.729, 14.702.
3.729, 14.702. So you want to make sure that the width and the height match exactly what it is in Coreldraw. Sometimes when you drag in SVG into Cricut, these numbers may change slightly. It might be 3.727 and then 14,700. You want to make sure that it matches, because then your circles are going to be off. All right, let's jump into, let me see here. We're going to do EZRA. We're going to do, let's go vertical again. I liked that. Let's go impact on the font this time.
You're not sharing your page.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm moving too fast. What?
I'm a baby step. Oh, God.
All right.
Okay.
Click here. Let's go EZRA. Of course, we pulled out our wizard. We're going to go vertical.
What's the meaning of the BMUM? We didn't do the last four.
Yeah, because they are, you're probably never going to use them.
Okay, that's okay.
No, you want to know. We gonna see, it's the break artistic text apart. So let me see. As you can see right now, it's all one when we click on it. The B is break artistic text apart. So when we click it, now we have the E is separate from the Z, separate from the R, separate from the A.
Okay.
The next one is change text to monogram. Right
Oh,
click
okay.
to
So
open the
change text.
monogram docker. And I've never, okay, so we do have some monogram templates in there.
This is interesting.
See, this is my very, very, very first time playing around with this, so I'll have to train myself on this.
Oh, okay.
But
No
let's see
problem.
here. See, we can't change the text. Yep, we can't change the text, but
Let's continue what we're doing.
yeah. I just wanted to show you.
I was just
And
curious.
this last one is change text to monogram. So yeah, I've never used the
The
BM.
last one.
I've never used them. That's probably why I didn't go into them. I was like, okay, let's see here. I just want to change to a thicker text real quick. All right, that one's good. And I'm gonna go to my edit tab, text spacing. I'm bringing the text a little closer. Boom. Now, place and fill. We're gonna do our double outline again. So to the outside, no stones. And I like to use my 0.2. Because I know stones will fit in there. Boom. Ooh. Let's go back. All right. That's perfect. They were too close together, so when I did that 0.2, you see it was too close.
Yeah. Okay, that's good now.
That's better. And then I'm gonna change this one to like a 0.1 and do it again. Boom. There we go. Now remember, we gotta trim this one through this one and trim this one through. Oh, let's go back. My bad. I'm sorry. You want stones on the outside, so we gotta do a 0.2 again. Because remember, we did a 0.15 and that wasn't big enough. So let's do another 0.2 island fill. I like it. Black and boom. So now click on the aquamarine, punch it through the black, deselect, click on the black, hold shift, click on the aquamarine, and then trim it through. So now we have our double trim, and we can check it by nudging this blue to the side. Let me go back. I got my nudge set on 15. Let me set it on 5. Boom. I like to nudge it to make sure that it did what it was supposed to do. I wanted to make sure my cookie cut worked, and it did. So to do it on the outside now, we're gonna nudge this out. So now we see we just have that part. If we come to our place and fill, inside, add stones at 0.075.
Outside, right?
No. Okay, so what I did was I made us a 2-row outline contour.
Okay.
We're going to use the second outside contour to do our stones. We can though. Let me show you, because I want you to get an understanding. We can though just simply take our text, hit the place and fill, go to the outside, and then just do our island fill.
Okay.
Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Let's just change the color. So now we have the stones on the outside of the text.
Yeah.
I like it like that, and that's cool. But if we did it this way, island fill. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Let's go to the inside of this black outline. We're going to click the, and we go to the inside of it. Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Now we have like, I'm gonna nudge it back over. So now we have our, like, if we're sublimating, we have our black outline and we could put stones on top of that. You know what I'm saying? And then we can still go the extra step and hatch fill this inside.
Okay.
Boom. And nudge this blue over. So now we got, I'm sorry, my zoom is kind of sensitive. If we do our mock-up now and we simulate the stones, now we have essentially our 3-color design again. We still have the stones on the outside. I'm gonna change it black. So we still have our stones on the outside, but now we have like that black part in the inside, you know what I mean? Which gives it a little bit different look than doing it like this. And put them side by side so you can see them. So yeah, I like it. I definitely love it, but doing it that one way gives it that that border in the inside. You know what I mean?
Yes.
As you start playing around with it, you may even want to do it like this, where you like, I like that look right there, but then I'm a hatch. I'm a what it's called. I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna do a path fill on the outside, but then I'm gonna click in here and do a hatch fill on the inside, which we just did.
Yeah.
But without that extra layer, it looks like this, which is just 2-color stones. But we just did it 3 different ways, you know, using the same pretty much method. It's over, so get a little bigger. Boom. So we got the outside on the left. We got the outside with the inside contour with the stones inside of that. And then we just got stones on the outside with stones on the inside. I definitely hope, like, after this one, and after you may watch this tutorial a couple of times, you'll be running off on some names. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's why I said let me start with the simple one. I'm gonna get it.
Oh,
I was playing around with it yesterday, so I just didn't know how to separate the vinyl from the stone. I was like, oh, I need to start from the simple one before I go into the picture.
yeah, yeah. So with the like what you did over here when you showed me the drop shadow, contour, blend, distort. Only tool I've used in here is envelope. Like, you know what I mean? I haven't used drop shadow, contour, blend in over here. That's because it's all over here in the design wizard. You know what I mean? Like when if I wanted to take this part right here, boom, we have what's called object properties. When you open up the object properties, you get like the fill options right here. So now we can just change the color or fill it, or we can.
Where are you clicking for the object property?
Yeah. Excuse me?
Where is the object property located?
Oh, over here. Actually, if you click on the object and right click on it, you can open it up from down here, the object properties.
Okay.
I already had it opened off on the side. As you see over here on the side, there's hints, macro manager, my envelope is open already, text properties is open already. So as you open the object, I mean the different windows, they will populate over here on the side.
How did you get your micro manager out there? Because I don't think I have mine out there.
Yeah, you don't need it out there. My macro manager, I was in there changing some stuff, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like, but to get it out there, all I did was you can go up here to these windows, and here's macros right here, and then here's macro manager. So you're only going to that once you get a little more proficient and you want to change certain settings in Coreldraw.
Okay, and I'm not there yet.
But over here in the object properties, I just want to show you real quick. In the object properties, we can do our fountain fill. So as you can see, I just gave it that shade on it like that. You know what I mean? I can turn the shade. I can choose like which type of filter I want. Like if I wanted to switch it on that, I can apply that. And now, you know, so that's all in the object property. So I've never really did a contour over here because I can do my contours inside of the design wizard. Like, so the design wizard, you don't want to just think of stones when it comes to the design wizard because it has tools to help you where these they're okay, but the design wizard pretty much condensed them and made it easier with one click, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Like in your free time, let me show you something. Now all of these, and I don't know why, it's just the way that they set it up, I guess. But right here at the top, you got design wizard and then you got video tutorials. You click right here, it changes the design wizard to this whatever. Once you click on, let's say we want to learn place and fill. We'll click in place and fill, and say we want to learn place and fill the drop down setting. We click there, it'll take us to YouTube. But here's where it doesn't work right. Here's where it doesn't work right because it took us
this drop down setting doesn't mean you know how they write a letter and you can drop the letters. Is that what it's teaching us?
Yeah, they're talking about these settings right here for the size.
Okay.
Nope. But I wanted to show you something. This is a video for TRW Stone Wizard 3.0. The wizard that we're using is 5.0. So it's not going to look the same. It's going to look similar, but it's not going to look the same. So that's where a lot of people are having issues is they try to learn it by using the tutorials, but then the tutorial will take you back to an earlier version of it and they don't look the same. I would say it's probably 50-50. 50% of those videos will take you to the YouTube video. You'll be able to watch it and get an understanding, even though your wizard may not look like the wizard that they're showing you the tutorial on. You know what I'm saying?
That was the problem I was having when I was trying to download this software into my computer. It kept taking me to something that they have done maybe 3 years ago. I needed something for now. Yeah. Not the one 3 years ago, but most of the people that does this video, they don't want to redo it, but they want to set the new version without doing the video over.
And I think that's where I come into play, and that's where I bridge the gap. I started with TRW back on version 1, and now they're on version 5. So I've learned version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 4, and now we're on 5. So I'm able to bridge the gap between versions and help people to understand like what's what.
I want to know how to do it because it will help me with, I get a lot of union stuff. You know, in my job, there are some unions that does a lot of stuff and they're kind enough to give it to me.
Yeah,
So I want to learn how to do it because I have like 5 unions that order from me already.
that's a lot of money.
They don't pay good, but at least I'm getting the order at once. If the profit is 1,000, I'm getting it at once, and I'm doing it.
Yeah,
And that make me. I want to once I'm doing it to give me more idea. I'm learning the way I'm doing it. Maybe one day it'll be bigger than this. So that's just what it is. They don't pay good, but I still love it because I'm doing it. It's
yeah,
giving me something to keep me busy, like I'm doing something.
man.
Last year I make like 20,000 from them, so that's not a easy money. That's a lot of money too.
Yeah. See, see, see,
That's
I have to think of it of this is something that I love to do. Because it is.
Yes.
It's something that I love to do. So I don't think of it as work. But
If
I
you
think
don't love it, you can't make it. I love it. I enjoy doing this.
yeah,
Like sitting down, thinking about what can I do.
yeah,
So
for sure. Like and I can see the passion in you. So
I love it. Oh my God, I want to learn.
j-
Hopefully I can get it one day and I will be selling maybe online on my Etsy store as well. I
oh
don't know.
oh for sure. Once you get the hang of it, your mind gonna take you places you never thought it would, you know. Um and I'm here. I'm here to help everyone. What I'm going to start doing on my YouTube channel is those little videos that I just tried to show you. I'm going to redo those for 5.0. Like you know what I mean, try to
Okay.
do little 2-3 minute videos. You know what I mean, that to help people with certain topics. Like a lot of people still don't know how to select items. You know what I mean? Uh,
You have to, I'm telling you, I was doing it over and over yesterday.
yeah,
Even for me to come up with that design, I kept going back. I said, I'm not going to give up. I kept doing it, but at the end of it, I love the design the way it came out. I just don't know how to put the stone in it. I said, okay, at least I was able to create this design. If it's vinyl, I'll be able to cut it out of the vinyl like this,
yeah,
or send it for DTF the way it is. DTF will print it out that way.
yeah,
And, I get a lot of orders for cups, birthday, t-shirt, all of that. This t-shirt, I think I'm going to do like 25. I
yeah,
just want to make sure I do it. When I do my stuff, I want some people to see it and ask them, where did you get it from?
yeah,
That's how I get my customer. So
yeah. That's how we get them. I step outside with this on, you know,
I
and
love
they're
that.
like, "Oh my God!" They don't even know I bought the jacket like this. The jacket was already like this. I was looking at
Okay.
it, and I was like, "How can I make a shirt that match?" I went and grabbed a dollar bill. That's a dollar. That's a whole dollar bill. Like you know what I
I
mean?
know.
And I
The
took.
t-shirt that you use, what type of t-shirt do you use?
It just depends. It just depends. I like using jerseys 21M.
I bought the dress. I don't like the way it looks. It kind of looks some kind of way. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it has a silky feel to it.
Yes. I have a bunch of them in the house, and I was like, I don't like this t-shirt.
Yeah, the thicker ones are the Cricut kind you get from Hobby Lobby.
The Cricut is very expensive,
They
$10, $12.
they but that's why they're expensive because they have that cotton feel to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't used to be expensive, but what Cricut realized is that's the best shirt on the market if you ask
That's
me.
the best for sublimation. That is
Yeah,
the best.
for sublimation,
That
hands
is the
down.
best. Yeah, that's the
Uh,
best.
wash after wash, it holds up. You know, it doesn't nap up too quick. Like
No,
that's it. The other
no.
one is um what it's called? Sublivy.
Sublivy. Wow.
Yep.
You get
SUB
sub SUB.
LIVIE. Sublivy.
So I can
And
get this from S and S because
yes,
that's it.
Yes.
Okay, that's where I get my t-shirt from.
Yes, I do believe S&S have Sub Livy. And they're about $5, you know. And they're good.
Okay. I
I'm
just
trying
don't like
to
JZ 21M. I don't like it. I bought like almost like $100, but when I saw it, I said I'm gonna do like a charity thing and just make a t-shirt, give it to people.
yeah. But
So,
the jerseys 21M, they are the best shirts for this.
oh, okay.
All over sublimation.
All over
They're
sublimation.
the best for this part because they are the only shirt that I've gotten to that, and the Cricut. Cricuts work well too, but I think these lay flatter. You're able to get the whole shirt to lay completely flat
Flat, okay.
for the full over all over sublimation. So that's why I recommend jersey 21M first, but I have to put that disclaimer in there, all over sublimation, because
Okay.
I've never been able to achieve all over sublimation as good as this with any other shirt.
Okay.
All right. I'm
All
about
right.
to go grab me some lunch.
Thank you so much. I'm going to practice with this a little bit, but I am still going to take classes with you. This is not the end, it's just the beginning until I get it. Until I get it. So probably maybe not this Saturday, the following Saturday, I will do group. If you're doing group that Saturday, let me know. So I will join the group. Then I will do one or two more one-to-one. Because the one-to-one is good because I'll be able to ask, not everybody talking.
Right, right. You'll be able to have all your questions directed towards you. And I get it.
Yeah.
The group atmosphere is for when you get the hang of it, you know what I mean? Now you're able to jump in a group setting with other people who are at the same level you are, you know, and y'all able to as you see how it went, y'all able to somebody gonna ask questions that you weren't even thinking of, you know what I mean? And it's gonna help you along the way.
Thank you so much.
Give me about an hour and a half. I will have the video link so that you can have it as well.
All right. Thank you.
Until we meet again.
Yeah, bye.
All right.